Hi everyone, let me tell you a bit of a story and a cautionary tale of how not to run operations and automate operations in a small team or a small business. Something around the lines of 20 to 50 to maybe 100 people. And actually that could probably apply to most companies and most logic. The story is that, I work in a team that handles a lot of transactions, right? It's not our primary goal, but we have to handle transactions and basically training enrollments. So people come in and enroll in our trainings. So it's not just the enrollment, but it's also the process of processing the payments and getting the money from our clients. And really there is a lot more about this, right? Like there is reporting to other departments, there is making sure that the right number of students are enrolled, that the person enrolling the students is actually legitimate in enrolling those people. So there's a lot of different logic and different steps that need to be taken. And what happened was that a year ago, we actually created an application to handle a lot of automation, right? And we thought we had it in a pretty good place. And basically this one person, she was handling all of those transactions and using the tool that we had applied and created to automate those transactions. But then, beginning of the year, this person had another opportunity and basically she left the team. And this is when she left the team that we realized how much she was doing manually. So it was running smoothly, but because she was doing a lot of manual work. So the realization that we had was, we waited until that person left and that there was a hole in the boats to think about, okay, how we're going to patch that hole in the boats, right? So now we're in the state of, I wouldn't say emergency, but there's a bit of a sense of emergency to be able to fix those things that were done manually. And that, maybe the answer is not to hire another person that is going to be doing this manual work. Perhaps we need to hire a different profile and in the meanwhile, try to automate those things, those reporting, those transactions, those verifications, just to make a smoother and faster thing happen as a system. So the kind of realization and the goal and maybe the takeaway here is that when you have processes going on, and even if it's just done by one person, take some time to sit down with that person and see how they're doing their day job. Now, don't present it as, hey, let me see how I can automate away your job. The goal is not to fire that person, right? The goal is to make sure that this person is allocating her time on valuable stuff. And usually manual Excel spreadsheet work is not necessarily a valuable thing, right? We want those people to be talking to other customers or to talk to other teammates, not to just do some mindless manual work. So that's kind of the takeaway there. Don't wait until this person is sick or leaving the company to actually see what manual work could be automated. Take some time randomly to sit down with those persons who are doing a lot of manual work and see if there are potential for automation. I'm not talking about a complete overhaul of their job, but maybe small iterations that can hit the 80-20 rule. So the 20% of enhancements that could hit 80% of the workload of that person. Wanted to share this little nugget with you, this realization that we had recently. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.